All right, good evening, everyone. Let us know if you can hear us. Let us know if you can hear us. Somehow our internet is freezing a little bit and logging a bit. But let us know if you can hear us. Can you hear us? Can you hear us this evening? Are you hearing us? Good evening to everyone joining us. Question is, can you hear us this evening?
Everything before.
If you can hear us, just go ahead and just comment. Let us know that you are hearing us. Let us know you're hearing us. Yep. Good evening to you, Lady Jason. Can you hear us? If you can hear us, go ahead and comment and let us know that you are hearing us. All right? Can you hear us? All right. Just checking in. All right, Lady Kedin says she's hearing us loud and clear. All right, so even if we have a little bit of breakup, just know that we are right here with you and we are inside of the cobblestone of this room. Like how everybody just roll in, rock and come in nice and easy. Just rock and come in. Yeah, man, Rochelle, turn up your phone, man. If you're not hearing something wrong with your volume, turn up your phone. Good evening to you, Lady Carly. Good evening to you. Amen. Faith connection. What kind of amen you talk about in a church with them?
Who does? Who say amen?
Now you, I meant me say this word, but
me
amen.
say, yeah. Me make I say amen.
Yeah, you just a rubber church itself for me. Listen, this is not church.
Did
church.
I say amen?
Yeah, but you make me catch the church, the amen fever.
So only make you catch the amen
This
fever.
is not about amen healing. Thank you. So don't rub off your amen self for me. All right, good evening to you, lady. Faith connection. Lady Carlene, good evening. Good evening to you, Lady Anja.
Although she not have no partner yet.
Oh, yeah. We got hope that. Don't worry. Things will change. Good evening to you, Sir Henry Lord. Reverend Henry is in the chat. Yes, sir. Good evening to you. Trusting that all is well on your side of the town. Well, this evening we come to talk again. And we have a topic where we need to drop out there, give my wife. And that is what we are going to talk about. And I'm going to ask my guests when they come later on to tell me what they think. You really think that woman, my man,
support each other?
Can I support each other? That is not what I'm asking you. Should a woman mind a man? That's what I ask.
Well, it depends on the situation. It depends. You mean if somebody in a serious relationship and you're married and all these things, of course you can do it because situations change.
Situation change. So you don't mind me?
Of course. I mean, yeah.
So me can leave my job tomorrow.
When me stable.
No, me need somebody for me need you for mind me. You don't left just make me stay home and just
me first and then me and you.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, to all I want to wear, listen to me. Let me know what are your thoughts. Do you think that a woman should mind a man? Yeah, your husband, should you mind? Should you take care of? Yeah, pay all of my bills. My girl, make sure you top up my phone and all them something. Make sure me full of credit and service for my phone whenever me want it. And you know what? Me need pocket money, by the way, so I can go.
Whee!
Plus, me need money to pay the offering. Because pastor gonna need them like an offering. So I need to make sure so me have money. Yeah. Should a woman mind a man? What you?
No.
I want to go with Jason.
No man is dead of them. I think situations change, Lady Jason, Lady
Situation change.
Andrea.
So God change.
Can you allow me? No, God not change.
Then how come you talk about situation change?
So situations don't change.
Not a thing change. There's only one view God have from the beginning. And the question is, must a woman mind one man?
For me, it can suppose you end up in a season where somebody hit rock bottom.
This is not a season. I talk about stay on my yard, put up my foot on my bench like no, and stay home and watch some TV. Me and my boy, man, enjoy. They say, go to work.
We're not like that.
Why?
We're not do that.
Let me see what Faith Connection is saying. The man can be a stay-at-home dad. What kind of stay-at-home business?
And
can work. We can do it. And I can work. Listen, I'm not talking about...
Exactly, Lady Elaine. In that case, no. My case is, we are together in this, right?
Yeah.
If in the same way,
yeah.
Say I took off 2 years to homeschool the kids and stuff, and you have been steering financially the family, right? If something happens and I go out there full time, or say summer I'm gonna start sharing videos them and YouTube start work, and you know all these things start work, and then I'm in a position to financially take care of you. If something happens, then of course, if my salary can't keep us afloat, then me not see nothing wrong with that. But it's not a case where okay, then you're just going to chill with the boys and do nothing, because I am at home working 24/7.
No, yeah, that's on the story.
So
we don't need no form of justification. We need to know straight up. Is it okay for a woman to mind one man? We just want to know if it's okay. Is it something where
for me depends? It depends on the situation, and mine in the case that okay, it's something come up and you aren't able to, or you are, for instance, I'm in a better job than you are, and it makes sense for you to stay home and homeschool the kids. Then of course it depends on the situation. But no, if I owe you as about show the boys and cock up and watch TV, it not work.
Let me go and see what some of these comments are saying. Guys, our camera is moving. Our camera move funny, like you know. We just think of Daniel cheap phone. Guys, Daniel's
not showing good.
Daniel's cheap phone is affecting us. Just tell us if it's better now. If it's not, I'm gonna put up my expensive phone.
Put up your expensive phone.
Is it better now? Let us know if it is better. Can you hear us and see us better?
The screen running fast. Yeah. Is the audio fast?
Is it better?
Is the audio okay?
Is it better now? Are we moving normal now? Somewhat?
It seems like we're moving normal. No. Hi.
You know what? Let us try and make some adjustment here. No, sir. Let's try and make some adjustment. Yeah. All right. Are we a little bit better now?
The camera, yeah. This camera, yeah, cheap.
Yeah. Right. All right, guys, can you see us better now? Are we moving normal and
the audio is good, but the video is fast. This one is better, but look at the quality.
Yeah, but dark.
Yeah, but dark.
Alright.
Wait. Karate, forgive it through.
Alright, hold on.
But I just the camera forget just like the situation we are talking about.
Alright, is it better?
No. No, play some music and make me sort it out.
Alright, guys, it's cool. We're going to work with this one because my wife's cheap phone not working out. Alright, just let me know if you can see us. I know it might look a little bit dark and a little bit down, but just let us know if you can hear us.
Your ear, it needs some counseling now. Where's the counselor?
My wife look a bit a piece of cheap phone, be acting up on all of us. But let's move back to this now. All right, guys, great. So
go back to the location probably. It's not the ring light encouraging me, it's the camera. This camera doesn't work well. Try your phone.
All right. Watch now, guys. But use the expensive phone.
I'll pretend them I use my phone again. Make sure you set it up before you.
All right. Let me just get things in order a little bit. Let me move that one out.
Maybe wipe off the camera lens. Listen, Miss Barnes, this one is different.
Miss Barnes, watch it. Don't worry yourself. Robdons.
Right. I bet it's the expensive camera I go feel.
Watch things and watch things now. Things and what just tell me I'm looking. Talk to me. We look like me are moving in real time.
On the internet.
Real time. Watch out.
Wait, show off. You can't shut off, man.
Watch out. Hey, people, watch. Look at this. This is what brand cars.
It's in a real time.
All right. Excellent. So we are up and running with us now. All right, great. So everyone should be there. All right, good. So go ahead and share the program. Send on a link and come on in and join us right inside of the Covers Corner. This evening we are talking yeah, my girl, my phone good girl.
Listen, me need an upgrade. Me need one upgrade.
No, we're talking about if woman for my man and yes, not the other way around. Let me go ahead and ask my question again since we are here. I want to find out, is it right? Is it okay? Is it something we should embrace and accept that women should mind man, Yeah? Should a woman mind a man? Tell me, what are your views and your thoughts? I'm coming to read all of them, because I need to know. All right? I need to know if we should do that. Should that be a new norm that we are now accepting? Should we have woman mind the man?
Absolutely no.
Deviana say absolutely. I don't understand.
I say no so. On the premise that you're you.
Hey, my girl, look here. Read that. Ooh, proper video quality that. All right, good. look, read it again, my girl. It's bright, but the video.
Finish read it.
You know, I'm tell some people ban. Yeah. What
I say it depends on the situation. So if it's like how you say, it not work.
All right, so I gave birth to him and he's still hold on there. They're the adjacent. So hold on, which man give birth to which woman? So why do we expected to mind a woman? Why? So Daniel, let me ask you a question. I feel like I could just resign my job. Like I'm just rich, I'm just tired for work. And we just feel like just stay home in my yard and we just cook some food, eat some food. If me feel like, no, me not gonna do that.
You realize that if you feel like.
No, but you gotta have the money, my girl, so you gotta just give me a credit card.
Oh, so you give me a credit card and buy the food now. No. So me can cook if me feel like.
But I need a credit card. In fact, when you pay, must go in my account. Me must determine what you do with the money when the money spent. Yeah.
Me a mark your word.
And
no, it ain't happening.
And we give you a change if me feel like.
Yeah.
Change
the device. Depends on the situation. I do think so because the man is ordained as the head of the family household, but if something happens, then the woman can step up and deal with the overall situation if something happens.
But head of household, which part in that say he is the mind of the household? Where did we find that, or where did we see that practice taught?
The camera still not working.
When did it become the responsibility of the man to do this? All right, that is what we're checking out. Let me look at what Faith Connection is saying. Come on, want to know. Only if him a stay-at-home dad, and I will mind him.
Camera quality is still
Sure. We use it cheap.
But
yeah, let's use this now. Guys, we're going to use the webcam. So if you not look so hot again, that's so it go.
Jesus, this is worse, man.
Right. All right, great. So let's hear what Lady Carlene is saying.
I do not think so.
I do not think so. Okay. TJ is saying if he's a stay-at-home dad,
take care of the children.
That's amazing. So why the man can't just sit at home and put him foot up on him set?
All right, can I ask you a question?
And you pay for the insurance.
No, can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. Starting tomorrow, if you go to work and I'm at home, me cock up my foot them, me watch TV, me not clean the house, no food in there.
Never in the arrangement. This is why we're having a new discussion this evening. And the discussion is
no, we have a new discussion.
We're not having that discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not having that discussion. We are asking this concerning a man and concerning a woman.
This
can a man stay at home and put him legs up? And my girl, if you love the man, you're supposed to be willing to do anything for the man.
No.
Plus, if you open a saving account for
the answer for you.
Yeah. You open a saving account for me. In my name, you put your insurance in my name, everything in my name. You know, when you want something to eat, have a credit card to use when you feel like. If I feel like going out, I can get my shopping money to go and do all of this. Is that okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we get ready to listen all of that, if that's okay, we'll go and run some tune until our guests get ready to be inside. We're talking this evening with my lovely wife, Danielle Brown Robertson. I want to know if it is okay for a woman to mind a man, but in the meantime, we're listening to Romain Verb. All right, so we are right back with you. Let me go back and get some of the comments. I am seeing persons joining. I hear good day, beautiful couple. Good evening to you. All right, so we're back to the talk. Anybody come with an updated answer? Should a woman mind one man? You know, I wonder how would I feel if I have a woman mind me.
If I'm me, you're not gonna know. Because it ain't happening. What you were saying don't make no sense. And I say this because I cannot have a job going out. Say, all right, I have a higher paying job. I'm going to say, all right, hon, you can stay home and I go. You can't expect me to come in and clean, take care of kids.
I'm not a maid. Stay
and
at
who
home.
pay the maid?
You. I'm not.
Oh, so me gonna leave the maid at home with you, and you cock up your foot.
Oh, that song. That the song.
Wee!
That does not.
The maid gonna work overtime.
That does not sound good. No.
It ain't happening.
You could find and you could give me the money.
I must be a great granny.
You could give me the money and I could finance it. No, but you know what? Let me just take time and go on over here. Let me just take time and go on over here. Yeah, but I think you guys are not being 100% balanced. I have to. You guys are not being balanced. You're not being fair. Trust me. I have seen men who have allowed for persons to come in and work at house and their wives are home. And I've seen men who have paid the fees and if someone comes in and take care of even the children, someone comes and clean up the yard. So what is the difference with a woman taking on that role?
But our airbase, we never had that agreement.
I'm just asking now, is it okay? Our brothers and sisters might be listening to us.
So the maid going to take care of it. So are you going to cock up your foot?
No, you're not making it look so. It's just that, no, but I mean, you're not paying me. It's not like I'm being employed. I'm not being employed to stay at home and do things. Stay at home and work. I'm not a maid.
So hold on.
I'm a spouse. I'm a husband.
I'm a spouse. I'm a wife. I forget.
So.
No, this not balanced.
Well, guys, as we continue to listen to all that my wife is saying, she's a bit emotional now, and her emotion is.
This one is personal.
Her emotion is getting into the way of constructive reasoning, and so when
I don't think it's supposed to go like that.
And when we see this, we just leave her and go back to ask some questions.
Put it up the order on Facebook, we see. Lord.
Good evening to you, Lady Latoya Linton. Good evening to you. Listen, Daniel is not easy. Daniel. Good evening to you, Pastor Reed.
Home. Safe travel.
No, this is Daniel. I want you to scan the objective for a second. I just deep breathe in. A husband is not a maid. Yeah, a husband is not. It's not giving him a role. It's not employing him at home.
I understand your statement. Mm-hmm. So what do you say about the woman? She's
not a maid either.
But
maybe it's an arrangement by that unique family. She does those kind of duties. But it's not that she is a maid.
All right. Can I say something? Mm-hmm. Can't there be an arrangement to say that?
But that's not the question tonight. The question is.
But my thing is saying to you there, right? I don't say you can't stay home. I don't have a problem with you staying home. You know, I'm a hustler. I will work. Well, but the thing about it is, my problem is
having the maid at home. We get it, Daniel. We get it. So, guys, you know who will never have a maid. It's not me who is not providing employment. It's not me who is not contributing.
Hold on. That is not what I'm saying. Listen. I am saying
that's clearly what you're saying.
I'm saying to you, it's not. If we must have an agreement that you are going to manage certain things. It's not a case, It's not a case where something happens to you where you can't work.
No,
right?
We get it.
In that case, we do it jolly well. And then we make arrangements.
No, but you should not have to wait for something to happen to me. Don't scatter roses after I'm sick.
All right. Here what? Can we go out? We're going to search for a mate tonight. And then you employ one. Come. We're going to work out a new arrangement.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to All right, let's hear what Candice has to say. So if the situation is temporary and the man have plans,
please, I will take care of him until he's back on his feet. But he's at home while I'm out providing for the family. Me even expect to come home to a cooked meal or even a clean house. And it's not a maid doing it. Can me not employ the maid.
You know what? On the matter of mining, you know, who is expected to do the mining? Who is expected only to do the mining? Who is expected? Well, let me ask them. Let me ask it that way. Maybe this is why it's so personal for you. Who's expected to do the mining?
The one that is in a better financial position.
Exactly. So if me leave my job and you in a better financial situation,
if me not employ one mate say you have to go do it, that's a problem. That me say me not employ no mate. Not with my salary.
That person sound like me. But I'm asking this question because we have embraced certain cultural practice and we have even suggested that this is what the Bible actually teach. Let me ask another question. You know, where did we get the practice from where the man is the sole provider or the man is expected to be the provider? Did we get this from Bible or did we get this from culture? Question.
I think for me, I think it is cool. Well, the Bible speaks about the man being provided, but I think
which one?
I'm
where
the man take care of him most.
Where is children?
That is why I'm saying. Listen. Let me make my statement. I think it has to do with culture, and it also has to do with the fact that all right, because
and there's a reason behind the culture. Because men were always the hunters. Obviously, they went out. Obviously, they naturally went out to gather and to garner resources. That was the culture of the day. Then it's not possible for the woman to have to spend when she's always at home, right? Obviously, or when the woman is home. Now that our story has changed, and women are now going out, the man should be able to stay home and the same form of privilege be offered back to him.
All right. You hear what I say? Be offered back to him. So it means, all right, it did go the other way. What I have been at home and I have been living a particular way, and this is why you asked my personal opinion. I've been at home and it has been a particular way. It's still not working. I've been at home and it has been a particular way. So why, when you feel be at home, you think it would have changed?
Wow.
It wasn't the arrangement.
All right, guys, as we gather, we are waiting for our guests to get settled. So if I could nicely just ask Lady Munzi or one of those persons who are close by Reverend Wendell, just give him a shout and let him know that his camera is not working. So we can't get to put him on, and we're actually just waiting on him to add him to the screen. Right, guys, we have a wonderful couple, my very good friends, brothers and my brother and sister.
Would like to hear what.
And we have whole heap of things, and no one hear what they have to say concerning this particular subject. But I want persons to understand the whole context of a man going out. There's nowhere, unless you can find it, where it is taught. We embrace it because we say it's a man role and we see it as a man, a man's responsibility to take care of his wife. And we're not debating that. We feel like that's the right thing to do. But, one of the things we have to understand as I look at it, it was never ever, and how they came up with this. Men were naturally the hunters. They went out. Women would have had a different kind of response. And it wasn't that women didn't provide either. So that's one of the other things we have to establish. It wasn't that the women did not provide. If we read Proverbs 31, the book that we love ever so much, we hear that she was instrumental in setting up her garden and, of course, planting a garden and having food for the house. So women were always providing, so I don't know where we get this thing from, where we're expecting the man to be sole provider, and that's it. The women were always integral and involved in the thing. All right. I don't know. Let's try.
All right. This is just a test. All right.
Let's do a test.
See? That's what happens when we try putting you up Rev.
All right.
So it is something is wrong with the thing. Change the device.
Yeah. So maybe we have to just tell Ray that just need for perhaps I don't know, the connection is not as strong. Sort himself out. While him sort himself out, we go on the reason. Wasn't it Adam that God told that by the sweat of his brow you shall eat? But that's Adam. Everybody did get a sanction. and this sanction had nothing to do with take care of wife, because he had a wife before he sinned. So this could not be the reason why the man is expected to be the provider. He had a wife way before that. Right? And something we have to look for in text, that when God made man and made man steward, that was not speaking about just man, it was speaking about Adam and the old word for Adam, the Hebrew word for Adam, which is Adam, actually means human being. So both of them were given responsibility of stewardship. And you just have to look at it logically. If the light cut off tonight, you think I'm alone in the dark? Not just tell. You think I'm alone now have food to eat? So it was equal, and all through biblical practices, it was equally the responsibility. And this is why we have narrowed down things and have now called it gender roles. It's not any gender role. The fact of the matter is, in God's construct and what we see in scripture is that there was one person who did one thing and the other person who did another thing, right? Both input were necessary for the functioning of the institution, which was the family itself, right? So yeah, it looked like it's a role where the woman stay at home, but it wasn't actually staying at home. Was it really actually staying at home? That was her contributing to the stewardship, how things run in the household, and the man who was a go-getter, that was his contribution. What that says is that each contribution is equally valuable to the running of the family and the household itself. Yeah, man. So it was never a case like that. All right. Rev, you did look good a while ago, and I don't know why you come off. You did look good. May I say until I see how she look nice by the Sunday evening. All right, so yeah, man, people just waiting, and we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but don't worry, we'll be here and we have a wonderful, discussion lined up. All right, yeah, man.
Read this one.
So let's say, if my husband is in bed,
if my husband is bedridden, then I will employ a maid.
No, but that should not be the case, because many men have employed maids where them wife never bedridden. Them just see it as a way of making her life easier. And so this is why I say we have to take our personal bias out of the story and look at it as, if this is a need and we can afford it, then why not do it? What's wrong with that? That's what I'm saying. And I'm not even just saying that we should employ maids. You know, I say that. While we understand that, lady, contributing, when you employ a maid, you are contributing to the GDP. You're providing employment for somebody, and you're stopping a household from going to bed hungry. That's actually something good. So I think we have to broaden our views and perspective on certain matter. Again, I'm not advocating for anybody to employ me. I'm just saying that's my piece. And it was never a problem in the past for a man to employ a maid for him because he don't want his wife do no more hard work. It's not no, it's just that no, we have washing machine. We make things already easier for the woman. But naturally, if me did have my wife and she have to watch scoop every minute with her actual hand, maybe I would have thought about, hey, I'm going to get someone to come in and actually do that part because I feel like the work would have been too much. But now that we actually have one machine, we can press 2 buttons, me not going to imply we get a machine to handle that particular thing. And that's what and that's the point I'm saying.
But that's not the point you were making, James. You said, remember you said, you you wouldn't do nothing.
No, I'm not doing anything. But because you going out to work doesn't automatically make me stay at home and start doing this. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but I'm saying I don't have a problem with me going out to work. I don't have a problem with me going out to work and you being at home. I have a no, that's not the point. I have a problem where you able-bodied and you not doing anything.
Oh, so as
I have to go employ somebody now to do that. When I don't like that. Oh. Even if it is my great grandmother.
You just feel like me are too comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen,
we have to balance it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of them interesting arguments husband and wife have. Me and Daniel always argue about this kind of stuff.
If something happens if something happens where you aren't able to, I don't say so for instance you transition to a different job and you don't have something yet. Of course, I don't see anything wrong with that. My problem is here, guys.
You know, my brother is coming in to stand on my side.
Me finish the point because I want to nail it, I want to sink it. I want to sink.
Guys,
my problem is both of us have to come to an agreement. Okay?
As per now.
You see, the money we would have paid the maid, it can go in our investment. Right?
We just think
we have to come to an agreement. Let us introduce our guest, yeah?
My wife have a personal bias towards mates. She'll do everything to rub out the mate story, but it's all right. We understand. Thankfully, this is why marriage is about having those frank and upfront discussion. I hope that we're actively engaging and having these discussions, in our marriage and having those discussions, because for my wife it's a big thing. For another couple it might not be a big thing. Personally, for me, I don't really see no big thing. I see myself. I see myself contributing to GDP. That's it. And if I can gainfully employ someone and make them life better off, I will. But only me know everybody here that personal part in it. You have a personal view concerning this matter, and we respect it.
Did you hear my statement where I said even if it's my grandmother?
Only.
So
only. Guys, if my wife ever approve a mate for whatever reason, Jesus is coming the next day. Right? So our guest is here, and they're lined up to talk with us this evening. And of course, it's a booming topic. So let me just repeat it for them, because after they share their story with us this evening, they're going to respond to it and tell us what they think. Should a woman mind a man? I mean, I talk about full-blown mind.
Not do nothing. Chill with the boys. Play games. No
condition. But a man would have done that for a woman. I think there are many men who have done it. You know what? This is what you women. Come on, women. Want to know.
No, Daniel. Say Daniel.
Daniel, want to. Let me go ahead and invite my guests, because you're not. God bless you. Yeah?
God bless you too. I gotta pray for you.
Yeah. I'll do my best not to bring a maid in the house. so you can sleep good.
Wee!
Let me go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready to invite in the building the McKoys.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So go now, what to do. That's how I spend my life with you.
Wow. All right. Can you hear me on your end?
Yes, we can. Yes,
Yes.
hearing you.
All right, good. We are just make sure so we can't hear we good enough. Because over that tonight we come on a very hot seat and my wife's son very passionate and strong on this particular matter. But it's good to have you, my sister and my brother. Listen to me, people. This is a personal, this is not just like any, this is not any introduction. This person.
Thank you for having us.
And my real sister and brother this over here. And we come this evening to reason about marriage. Yeah. And one thing me can make you know, them are people that believe in a make sure say marriage look good and look nice. They don't know. So you know, say as they come on the screen, me have a duty for them as them come right. As them come right away. So you know me I look one nice tune for them. Because them have to
You never have to
ask. So
no, what you need to do, remember that the husband is a lyricist.
Yeah.
So him have to give you a rhyme for her,
Yeah. So while him put that piece together. Yeah.
Look in her eyes and tell her something nice.
Tell her something nice and well spicy. Of course. Yeah, and plus him a dancer too. Him a dancer. You know what I mean? Him have a thing like, so we have to try to find the right kind of music for him. You know what I mean? We have to find a nice kind of music, I try to find his kind of music.
Pull up.
Now we pull it up again, because me hear about Shy. And him and the same one. Me know say she a big dancer and big everything in that. So you know what me gonna
I probably have to give her the chance to give you my song.
You're gonna do what?
She's not shy enough.
We know that.
She's not shy. She's the sophisticated lovemaker.
That's a good one.
I am the ragamuffin taker, and she is the sophisticated love maker. Yes, Zim. Yes, Zim. It's getting hot in here, man. It's getting hot. That's hot.
Oh my God.
Watch it, man. What you doing to me, man?
You know what? Let me just play about the tune.
Take it out loud. This is our show.
Yes.
Take it out loud. Take it out loud. We come to let you know this is our show. And this is all the love grow, in heat or in snow.
He's gone. He's gone.
I have to take a sip of water. It was getting too hot in here.
Guys.
Level.
Never a dull moment.
Level. Speak the truth and shame the devil.
Yeah.
Hello, somebody.
Hello.
Hello, somebody.
What's up? What you saying?
Guys, tell her later.
What are you saying? We're not playing.
Yeah.
We're not playing and we're not straying.
No, listen, I told y'all already, we just getting ready. Hold on, man. Well, the man start lyrics already, but I'm gonna just make him pull something because I know him have something ready already. Boss man, I'm gonna let you make your boss a lyrics for you, because I want you just look for until I and just boss a lyrics, because we not regular thing.
She ready, she turn it up.
You ready?
Ready?
You ready?
Ready?
I am expert at this. I am not temporary because I'm not like Trevor. So I will love you. I might not love you forever, but I will love you until the 12 of never because I am clever.
I love you. I love him.
Lever. Load up. Because when we do that thing, we're proud up. We got an eye like the cloud up. You see it? Don't show it. That's why this evening we show up. Don't know it. You never knew it. Yeah. Yo, God must get all the glory.
All the glory. All the glory.
Yeah, God must get all the glory. He has orchestrated this story.
Yeah.
Well,
listen. I have to make Lady Lie respond now.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Right now, this is what I have anticipated. But every time I look in her eye, I get intoxicated. Draw me out, Draw me out, I was chilling, man.
Behaving yourself.
Yeah, I was behaving myself, but you have invited this, man.
Should have wait.
Yeah, man.
Why am I do it? No, why am I do it?
Love is beautiful.
Love is absolutely beautiful. So you know what? I'm going to just brace back and allow Lady Lie to respond. As you know, some man are going loud up and I step out, But me know it's the Lady Lie. Lady Lie, your time, You respond however you want to respond.
My time. When I look into your eyes, I see love. When I taste your lips, not that it's like strong, but I love you. I love you. He's not allowing me.
No, she said when she look, let me interpret.
No, you can't interpret it. You can't interpret it. Oh, you interpret it.
I used to love.
Make you fly like a dove. Makes one fly like a dove. Yes. But I love you with all of me. My entire being. My heart, my soul, my body, and everything else. That comes.
Yes.
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 I love you.
Listen, and the award goes to.
It's been a while.
Hi, the original McKoys.
What kind of love language is that? We don't know them. It's called the McKoy language. You guys are
comprehensive coverage. Comprehensive coverage.
Yes.
No third
Mr. Wagwan, what's up? We're there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I think we're fully. I want to say entertained, but also fully.
You hear this? We are going to need a couple store in a hotel. Coming soon.
We definitely need that.
As long as we get the reserve suite. We're good.
Yeah.
Guys, let me go along. Let me go along to that.
Why we wear black tonight?
No. Maybe I did black getting away. Because this couple come for fully black me out. Guys, I tell them if you look out for that one. Tell them, we just know say, and you know, because them people are so them design, you know. I saw them design, saw them move, saw them steal. I have my brother and sister here just reminding us nicely about what love is all about and how, you know, we are supposed to make marriage look good. And I'll tell you, this is one thing they believe in is genuinely representing marriage in the way that God wants marriages to be represented. I can let you know that. But without any further ado, I'm so glad to have them that. So tell me, I'm my brother and sister, but we don't know the full story. Tonight, me I go fast, so we can't pick up the full story and join them and bring God glory.
All right.
Amen. He's the one who write this story, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So right now, where did this relationship start out? We want to talk about from the very first time the connection link up. We want to talk from right there. All right. This evening, we normally pick the man them to talk the truth. But you know what? They're going to just low lady like. A lady like look like she just ready to talk the truth. I'm going to leave Lady Lai to go ahead and run the story with us. Talk to us about how the two of them make, you know, how did you meet, you know, how the connection make. Just talk to us about those early days.
I'm the right man.
All right, so hi everybody. So it all started with me hearing about him, not knowing him. So we had a common friend, Colin, and Colin would always be talking about him. But he spoke about him in a manner that because he was telling me about his ears being pierced and him coming to God and how talented he was. And at the time, I was very active in church. So he would say, I can't wait for you to meet him, man, because he has a daughter too. And the daughter, just as though you are active with the dance and the sign language and singing and everything, he has a daughter as well that is so active. And I would love for you to meet her and meet him. So I said, okay, cool. But then, all right, pierced ears and okay then. And he was Rasta. So, all right, what kind of person could this be? So it so happens that one night I was at Michael. At the time, I was going to the Michael University College. And I was speaking to Colin on the phone because Colin was like this mentor. And I was talking to him on the phone. And then I heard someone in the background, like, did he say that? I heard someone in the background saying, what did you say? Something about how is she my friend and I'm not talking to her. So I'm like, okay then. But prior to that, one day I was going to Sidon and I saw him in Highgate, Sidon. Highgate going down towards Crummerland, but I was heading to Sidon and he was over the telephone company side. So when I was walking now, I heard somebody say, my friend, wait on me. So I turn around. I'm like, okay, I don't have friends. And that does not sound like my friend who I know. So who is this person saying my friend? So then I said, oh, is that young man who Colin always talk about? And of course, so I stopped. And then he came and he was asking me about church, asking me how it feels to have a young pastor, because at the time we had just gotten a pastor. And he was quite friendly, but at the same time, he was very respectful. It wasn't like, you're pretty and this and you're there. No, it wasn't like that. He was mostly about how is church, how is this, how is that, everything relating to church. And then the conversation ended when he went to Peter Paul and I went my merry way. So that particular night now, when he says, but how me and our friend, and we're not talking and so on, and Colin gave him the phone and he says, hello, and he said, hi, who is this? And of course, he introduced himself. I said, oh, I heard a lot about you.
Wendell McKoy, the Kingdom Employee.
And it's fine. It's good to finally meet you like this, to finally talk to you this much. And there and then we exchanged the numbers and then we talk. But all along, it was just, getting to know. It was like pure friendship, no strings attached, because I wasn't looking for anybody. And I always think that I was called to a life of celibacy. So I have no husband on my mind. I'm thinking about what's my next move, which country I'm going to become a missionary. Where am I going to witness? And so nothing like that was on my mind. It was pure friendship. And of course, we talk until we became best friends. Am I leaving out anything? No, until we became best friends. So, of course, as the year progressed, we became closer and closer. And I lost a lot of friends along the way, but then he became even more precious than the ones that I have lost, because it was the sincerity, how genuine he was. And after 2 years, sometimes you're with some male friends, and after a while, the conversation start to change. No, it never changed. He has never looked at me and said, oh, you're so beautiful. Never. If him say me look pretty, it just feels genuine. It never felt like he was looking somebody. And it was just pure. It was pure. And he was very honest. He was very trustworthy. And he was godly. Godly? I saw God in this young man. And because of his relationship with God, my relationship with God grew as well. There was nothing chickeny about him. No. And I guess God would have done it that way, because in the past, I would have had some friends And after, you're getting close to them start tell you, say, God tell them, say, you want them to go get married, like, hey, how did that happen? When did God tell you that? No. And they start writing you love letters and all of that. And so I would have to be cutting them off like that. But God would have allowed him to come this way and him to hide in Jesus, so that when I see him, I saw God, and it was all God. And God would have done it that way too, because if he had done it any other way, would have run him. I'm serious. I would say, listen, no, this is where it ends, go. But he was all hidden in God, and I think God did that because God know where my heart was and my heart is and where my headspace is. And I'm not into the boyfriend girlfriend thing because I can't manage boyfriend girlfriend and try out and this. So I never go on dates. No, I never go on dates. I never have the boyfriend girlfriend relationships because I know what my headspace can manage, and I can't deal with break and broken heart. So I stayed away from relationships. But when the right time came, and I remember we were there and we were talking one evening, and he was saying to me, boy, Loy, you know that I can't marry to anybody though, because the way we are close, if I marry to a woman, she's going to say the relationship is too close and we have to break off this friendship. And I said, but it's the same thing. I couldn't marry to a man either, because if I marry to a man, he is going to want to say we are too close, and then we have to break the relationship. And I'm not willing to give up our friendship for a relationship. And then him just look at me and say, so, like we get married. And I say, okay, let's get married. And I said, okay, for real, yeah. Why we not get married? Let's get married. And that was how our story went. It wasn't like a boyfriend, girlfriend, date thing. No, it wasn't like that. We were friends, best friend. One day we decided that we couldn't be with anybody else because they were going to want to break up our friendship. And we said, okay, let's get married. And that was the engagement without a ring. And we just said, okay, so when we're going to get married? And we said, let's get married December 19th. And we went out and I said, Mommy, you know what? We're going to get married. And she said, you're going to get married. I said, yes, we're going to get married. So I said, but them two people are mad smarty. But then...
Story like no other.
But then she said to us that she has been praying for us to get married. I'm like, what? And she said, yes. She said, as a matter of fact, one day, one of husband's spiritual father and her were talking. They were talking about how many years? About 4 years or 5 years before we met. And she said that he was talking about Wendell. And while they were there talking about him, she said she felt the Holy Spirit come upon her. And then same time, dear Wendell was coming down the street. And he came, and his spiritual father, may his soul rest in peace, Brother Hill says, there's the young man that I am telling you about. And she said, she looked at him and said, no, sir, because him not look like him a Christian, because his ears pierced and him dressed like rude boy, and him look like a cha-cha boy, and all of that. But then she said that it reached a point where they held on and prayed. And she said, when he prayed that prayer, she said, God, I want that young man to be my son-in-law. And she said she went in because she never want to forget the name. Right, so she went in, write the name in our Bible and put it there. And she has been praying over it for over 4 years. Can you believe that? So us coming together was divinely orchestrated by God. And I know that because growing up, after a while, when I said, God, you know what? Let your will be done. It's no longer about me, no longer about what I want, no longer about what I think I want. I want your will to become my will. Now, if it was my will, I would not marry to him because I vowed that I would never get married to a pastor. And I don't want my children to have a pastor father because pastors' children suffers too much. And I would not want my children children to suffer what I see a lot suffer. So I would not marry to a pastor. I dare not. They better not even come close to me because I will not marry to them. So yeah, so that was the engagement, and he will take over. That's where we met. That's where we got engaged. That's it.
Yeah. Indeed, when I use the catchphrase or the tagline or the praise statement, God must get all the glory. It is not Wendell expressing platitudes or fabricating anything or just using words loosely. God must get the glory. It depicts my journey. It depicts my life and our life, essentially. I remember when I got saved, I was going to this church and I respected this young man so much. And the brother said, Wendell, me no know about you, know, but me not married, no pussy in the bag. So I said, what that mean? Him said, boy, I have to test out the thing for sir, cause I have to make sure I go on before I'm married to the girl. And because I live such a life prior to my Christian sojourn, I lived a promiscuous life. I would have experienced the world in all its, well, I wouldn't say glory, but all its facets. And so when I came to this God that I resisted initially, that I did not embrace initially, but my introduction to God was like all to. So with that supernatural experience, I said to myself, I'm not going to mess up this thing. If God is able to keep the fresh fish in the salt sea, he will provide somebody for me. So I wasn't waiting for a wife. You know, not do me. Me I'm a bored man. Me love a man. Not do me. Not never do me. But guess what? I decided that I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust God. And so I wasn't waiting on a wife. I was waiting on God and waiting in God. And when you do that, I mean, the supernatural will be like the norm. I can't say this to anybody. The supernatural will become the norm in your life when you practice the presence of God. Oh, I feel like preaching now. When you wait on God. No, listen to this. Listen to this. After we became friends, my wife said to me, when she was my friend then, she said to me, Wendell, let me ask you this. I was at a church one night, New Covenant Ministry International. That's Apostle Garden Church. And there was a prophecy. There was a prophecy. A young man was called out. And there was a prophetic word that was presented to him. That God is just going to do some amazing things in his life, and he's going to be blessed with a wife, and he's going to be just totally out of it when he learn of the person who is going to be his wife. Now listen, wife and I, we did not know each other at the time, and both of us were at the very same service. We said, yes, honey, either me. She said, either you. We said, yes, either me. Both of us were there when the prophetic word was delivered. both of us were there. The prophet took off his coat and took off his ring and put on my hand, and he said, your wife, you're going to be amazed. And listen to me. God spoke to me directly after we became friends and said, listen, I know you care for her, but she's precious to me. She is precious to me. Be careful how you treat her. God warned me. Yeah. And God told me that, listen, she has never been touched by a man. Some people think that God knows what I feel like. God told me that she's precious. Yeah. Never been touched by a man. Be careful how you treat her. God warned me because of this precious commodity. Beautifully packaged and labeled by God. Yeah. And listen, the rest is history. Because, God just entered our lives, and we have been experiencing God in an amazing way. And my brother and sister here, you would have known some of the experiences too. Amazing. As she said, we did not have a formal engagement. Two of us just look at each other and said, then if we can't marry to nobody else, let us just marry. Yeah, that was it. Amazing.
Yeah, man. Listen up, people. Listen up. Me pick up some tips, And I wonder if my single sister them there online because we come to preach for you tonight. My single sister and my single brother. Listen what the young lady said. And we have heard this happening time and time again, that most of the person who came here and said them actually end up getting married was at that point where them never really have no man pan in mind. And when that was a thing that they were not pursuing, that was a time when something like this great thing happened for them, But this is an interesting story. All right. All right. Are you hearing me? All right. All right. So what we're going to do is allow them to jump off and jump back on, so you can hear us clearly. Message. All right. All right. Awesome. So guys, we have another sound issue, but we're going to listen to this story this evening because I tell you, the first I'm hearing in depth, but can you imagine, Daniel? Jeez, wow. Just look at how God can just work things out and just satisfy our needs. God know our needs. Yeah, man, before we ask, this is not just any just a great concept or thought that just come about. It is what it is. All right, so our guest is back. All right, so let me just make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right, awesome. So great. My guess is, guys, what a story. Anybody out here listening? Listen good. The man said, the Lord, tell him, said, she is precious. She is precious. Mine, oh, your treat are. Yeah? Why not tell you? Watch it. All right. So, Sweet Pea saying, wonder how many women look over there could be husband based on outer appearance, while we ponder on that.
Think on these things.
While we think on these things, and I said, I love it. All the way I say we love it. Wonderfully ordained by God. God is just amazing. Yes, and this is amazing. Might not make people speak all that tongues tonight. Listen, if you've just joined, and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your phone. See that nice red something where you see up at top with the word subscribe, and then just click on it. Yeah, man. And when you click on it, it will subscribed and it will turn green magically. Yeah, man. Help us as we promote our channel and promote the vision that we have over here. All right, we want to go back to Sir McKoy. Sir McKoy, what were some of the qualities you immediately recognized in Loy? You know, outside of what God said. Because, you know, God says and God will say. And sometimes we even question what God said. But what were some of those qualities that just affirm and just keep you sane in yourself? That, you know, I'm not even going to make a move because when you see the qualities that I am looking for.
I used to admire her before we became friends, but this admiration wasn't physical or like yes, she all right. Let me show you. Oh, God just amazing, man. God's just amazing because here what when I thought about the person to be my wife, my liking. Then Mr. God ultimately, if it's a Chinese, if it's a Indian, if it's a white, somebody, anybody you send, me good. But then Mr. God, if you have a little say in it, she has to have this complexion like Loy, the kind of eyes like Loy, the bow leg like Loy, the long natural ear like long natural ear like Loy, and because my wife, you know, my wife walking is poetry in motion. Yeah, but separate and apart from the physical. I used to go by one of my Christian brothers shop, and I used to admire her walking down the road alone, going to buy cane by a shop adjacent to my friend's shop. And I must say, that girl is just different. She's always alone. And my brother told me about her and stuff. Now, when we became friends, the first thing that struck me was her worship life. Her worship life. And it is not just her ability to sing and to play the drum. And she's you know, anybody know her giftings, spiritual giftings. She's gifted spiritually. The Lord has equipped her immensely. And my wife function in different gifts and stuff. And I admire those things. But her worship lifestyle. So, you know, you might be going out there and you forgot something, or you hit your foot on somewhere and what is? If any accident or any incident, the first thing that she will say, thank you, Jesus. God, thank you. I bless you. I pray. I mean, I said this lady mad. At the first, I said this, every time something go wrong, the first thing she do is to praise, you know, and worship. And then she will explain that because, honey, I hit my foot. It could have been broken. So I thank God, you know, and the passion for church, for young people, the passion for worshiping and singing and dancing and all those things for God. Those things were the first. The second thing is her selflessness. Her selflessness. I mean, even though But from then, she will just get her pay and just give her the whole of the money. Because she said, these persons were good to me when there were no one there for me. So I said, honey, we can't do that. We have to build up one foundation first and then we bless somebody and stuff. So her selflessness, even now, she will go around, not plant anything, she not plant anything. But she will go around the house, the farm, and she will reap and pack up the car and just take it to Highgate and different places and give it away. Her selflessness. And when she met my daughter, my beloved, precious Jamila, when she met her, Jamila became hers. I'm gonna say, yes, this lady is precious. She's special. Because, some people, they love you, but that's where it stops. And my granny used to say, if you love the cow, you have to love the calf, and stuff. So my wife is just the best gift that I have received. As I said, I will love her till the 12th of never.
Lord, I want you to, but me want you to do it different this time. Why else looking at Sir McKoy eyes tonight? And just tell him again them qualities the way they see. Obviously, I never preach it. I never not follow the pastor.
Glasses, his eyes. So I need to tell him the qualities that I see.
You know why I have to kiss her so often? Every time I kiss her, I taste something sweet.
Sugar,
yes.
It's sugar and honey. Mix up. He's tasting sugar and honey. Love you. Yeah. Tell him the qualities. Tell him the qualities that I saw
then. Yeah.
She is trembling.
Yes. So back then, that was 2007. 2007. You see how long? Jesus. Yes, so 2007. Well, the things that, as you said, the thing that struck me most about you was your love for God and your love for people. You are always putting God first in everything that you do. You always put people's need above your need. Not only that, but your humility, because you are in a position where you could be like one of those hype person and big up self, but everything that you do, you're always brought to a place where you give God all the glory and never takes the praise for yourself. And that's very admirable. Not only that, but also your forgiving heart. You're always forgiving, even when persons do you wrong and hurt you, bother me, one choke them. Yes, but you always forgive, and forgiveness for you is so easy, and that's one of the things too. Not only that, but your respect for women. You always have this particular respect for women. You want to see them well clothed. You don't want persons to say certain things about them, and you are very protective as well. And when I see those things, I know that my heart is okay. My heart is secured. My heart safe. My heart. So I finished my sentence. My heart is in the right place.
Yeah. Take up
I
resident.
love you.
Take up resident in the right place. Take up resident. I know I am the president.
Yes, yes. And there are many more. That's for now. Yes. He's a real man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, you really deserve it. You really deserve to get a kiss this time.
Give me.
And see mommy in the chat and make sure it's on the show. and Elder Moons are joining with them, but we not joining because we absolutely actually show off.
Them have legal right to say it, man. We're not showing off, we're showing him off, you know, because it's all about Jesus. I mean, marriage still a key.
That's right.
Right.
Marriage is beautiful.
Yeah, and it's expensive. It's expensive, it's not cheap.
Yes.
And we done so love, so now we are reap. You see? You see? You see?
Listen, man, listen. I'm over here me laughing because I have to try gather the thought and find the questions you answer. I don't know if you ask when I'm not going, so I have nothing to ask. But let me just come back in and just ask about this now. I talk about marriage. So when you just decide so I'll get married just like that. Boy, but we know say things would not have been naturally easy. Talk to us about preparation of marriage and you know what I mean, just maybe some of the challenges that you'd have foresee, and then how did you navigate those challenges to move up to wedding day?
Okay. One of the things that and that's my strong point. Loy is a lover of people, but Loy, well, she's not introverted, but she is a little bit more on the softer side, not withdrawn either, because anybody know Loy love people and love hug up people and kiss people and take care of people and stuff. But I'm somewhat, well, I'm similar to Dr. Robdon here, and that's one of the reasons why we became brothers too. I am the networker. So my network, huge. So we would have foreseen financial challenges because at the time, I was being pulled out of the gospel fraternity. I used to do gospel ministry, poetry, and I used to be paid or given something rather for what I did. Lloyd was going to Michael at the time, so we did not have a like a steady income per se going into like his completion. So I started to now bank on the resources that the Lord would have carefully orchestrated for us. So I started to speak to my friends and persons that the Lord would have placed in my life to say, how can we do this? And what are the steps that we need to take? And give us some pointers. And my friends said, you have to do that and you have to do this and stuff. And I learned too that when God guides, He will provide. When He guides, He will provide. And when He gives the vision, He will give the provision. You know? So as soon as the news went into the public domain, Persons from all over say, may we get the goat, may we get the pig, may we get the chicken, may we give this, may we give that. My friend said, I will pay for the hotel. I will pay for the clothes. I will, oh, I feel like married again. I feel like, I will pay for this and I will pay for that and I will do this and I will do that. You know, when God is in it, when God is in it, I'm telling you, success is guaranteed when God is in it. So we got counselors free, we got advices free, we got everything free. You know, well, Jesus paid for it, but we did not have to buy anything at all. God just sort the thing out, just like that. You know, so when you really wait on God and on God's timing, God is not just God of the chronos, but God is also the God of the kairos, the appointed time, the opportune time, and that was the opportune and appointed time for the man to enjoy the wife of his youth. You see me? So God just sort the thing out, and we got married, and it was like when persons passed the wedding, everybody say, "Oh, dead." Them think of funeral, car buses like crazy. People come from all over the world where we never invite. People come from all over the world and say, "When I am married, me have to come." We invited 150. We invited 150 and over 500 people coming, and where so much people come from. One goat done. One goat done, one pig. No, that's not a pig, that's an egg. One egg done, chickens. Listen,
yeah, it was big.
God just, I mean, it was something else, you know, and that even spoke to us too, that indeed God's hand were on our marriage and our journey, and we have been totally inundated by God's favor and blessing ever since we have met. Yeah. It's amazing. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. You know, and I love this woman. Me love her like how blindness loves Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
I love you too.
When we met, the Lord actually took me out of the gospel fraternity at the time, and she was going to college. And I remember one of her family members said to her, "Which college him go?" And she said, "I'm not go to no college, but he's my best friend." Well, little did she know that at the time I never got college, but I went to Calvary, you know, and that's the best starting out anybody could have received.
Yes.
And when she met me, I didn't have one CXC, right. Not one CXC, and she said, "Listen. Whatever I have to do, because you're like the brightest person I know." Because me also talk, well, you know, you're talking to an intelligent girl. You have to be articulate, you know. So I used to do my thing proper, and she said, "You're just so." Paul said, "Become all thing for all man that win them for Christ," but sometimes you have to become all thing, you know, when you want to impress you. So I was so articulate and stuff, and she said, "Listen, you are so bright, you have to go back to school. The rest is history." Diploma with honors and diploma with honors and degree with honors. All because she invested her time.
That is so weird.
Gone too far too quick.
Wait.
No, well, you know, gone too far, you skip a thing. And we want to use that part to minister to us and minister to this platform. Because I've heard you share this story so many times. And you know, and as you speak about it, I want your contextualized support for me. You know, and how a woman naturally, according to my husband, how a woman comes into a man's life and looks at pure value. You know, when you jump for white, when you just run it.
All right.
He's gonna say something. Go ahead.
I should go ahead.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right. So, in the context of scriptures, the Lord said that He's going to make us a helpmeet comparable to Him. Now, we have been socialized to think that help means lesser. So some persons text abuse the scripture to highlight that the woman is our helper. But that word in the context of the Hebrew language has to do with superior help. But it is not that the woman is superior, but the woman is God's help for man. Now, the word that helpmeet comes from is defined as to rescue and to save. So essentially, the Lord assigned the female to rescue us because we are logically wild. So sometimes as the male, we look at the thing and said, I am going to do this and I am going to do that. And God created women to pay attention to detail. So this is why when we go a shop and we go with $1,000, I buy 2 things, but when my wife go, she come back with 20 things. Right? Because female pay attention to detail. And so when my wife came into my life, I had big dreams, I had plans, but I needed somebody to sit me down and to say, okay, Wendell, this is how we're gonna do this. I had the big plan, I had the big dreams, but she assisted me in terms of fine-tuning what I had to do then. And she said, okay, we're gonna do this time, we're gonna do this that time, and so forth. So it is imperative that we allow the women to play their role and don't manipulate them with this foolishness about you have this and you have that because me said this and me said that. No, the Lord said, I'll make your helpmeet comparable. And this is why the woman never come out of the man's belly. As we say, she will run before him or come out of him back, that she will stay behind him. She come out of him, the man's side. That is symbolic. That is symbolic to show that we should work together, you know. So I am who I am today because God would have assigned my wife to be my co-worker, my co-partner, you know, partner in divine, partner in Christ, a partner in a crime. We stick to the good. We stick to the good what we know. Partner in Christ, and we have mellowed along the way because I have accepted my role as the spiritual head, and I have accepted her role as the person who is beside me, right beside me. Not up there, so nor not down there, so. And because of that, we have achieved so much together. Anything else?
Oh, you mean, man? Because, you know, we still not got in yet, you know, because we have to go in and talk, you know, make my audience hear. Because I know if you don't want to talk, me can't talk your business. That I have seen. Yeah, man.
That's
But
1 year. That's 1 year.
wow. When we talk about marriage, support is very very much important, and I think my sister is a great example of one who has supported um her husband along the way. I have seen, and I'm referring back particularly to a post that my brother wrote when he graduated, and he expressed how his wife was there with him all along. Me want you to go in and explain that to us, sir. Talk to us about the role she played in supporting you, through your journey.
All right. So my wife signed up for my diploma course, and the people at the university thought she was the one studying, because every time something is to be done, she was the one there. My wife left her work in the evening and traveled with me religiously to class, sat with me in the classroom almost every time I go to school. After coming from work as a guidance counselor with so many challenges, she then, when I used to, before the car, take vehicle, travel with me. When we get the car, she slept on the way to class, that when she get to class, she fresh for come into the class. When I was doing my coursework, listen to me, people, every coursework that I did for diploma and degree, every single one was done. She typed out everything. I sleep and wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was doing my coursework. The only thing that my wife don't do is going to the exam room, go do the exam. And if it was possible, she would have done it.
Oh my God.
I am telling you, my brother, I have the most amazing wife on the planet. She did all of that for me. I mean, the journey, sometime I remember she went overseas and trips. And while she was there, she said, husband, send the work, come give me. And she did the work there and sent it back. Everything she did for me. As I said before, they thought she was studying. They thought she was studying because she's always with me at the university. And then she being wife too. And then when my son come in at the picture, she's attending to son. She's attending to well, we deal with the cooking thing different. You know mean that she have to cook and we deal with it different. But because of my pastoral work and the magnitude of the work, she do everything. Most times she just do everything. And I'm telling you, this is why we must wait on God to get the right person, because my wife is a tremendous human being. I am who I am today because of her selflessness. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. we could call it altar call. And I'm specifically saying this to persons who are not married yet. Because sometimes the reality is that this is what you're going into a relationship to do. Are you committed to ensure that the other person become all they need to be. Just think about all the investment that Loy had to and have made that Wendell can be sharing like this so beautiful and confident on a day like today. When those seeds were being planted, sometimes it wasn't easy planting those seeds. But she planted then, and now look at her celebrating the harvest. You know what? Listen to me, man. Don't run after marriage until you are prepared to plant, because there is a need for planting before there's harvest. All right. And some of us will have to plant harder. Some will have to plant longer before some things come to pass. All right. So let me go on to Lady Lie now. Lady Lie, when you think about just a man's role in marriage, what is it that what are those standing out points or standing out experiences that you have as in your marriage when you look at the role of a man in marriage?
Well, for me though, I remember saying to husband some time ago that many times we hear husbands saying to their wives that you're supposed to submit to me. You have a responsibility to submit to me. So I said to him, but you notice you have never said that to me, because of the fact that it makes it so easy for me to do so. Many times, you see persons, even the male. I remember watching something with they removing a phone from a man's mouth. And they said that the reason he swallowed it is because he refused to give the PIN number to his partner. So he preferred to swallow it more than to give the PIN. And it's not so with us. We are, as it says, we are a partner. So if I look good, I am going to make sure that he looks good. No, I'm his biggest cheerleader. I'm his biggest support. I'm his number one support. And where he lacks, I am going to make sure that he matches up to where I'm at. And if I lack, he makes sure that I'm at where he's at, because it's a partnership. Both of us, for both of us. He's not more than I am not more than he is. It's everything we do, it's a team. It's like we're a team. We work together to make sure that we are good, both of us. So I got my degree first. He did not have it yet. Well, you have to get it now. So I have to pause everything to make sure that he gets where he needs to be. And some person might say, oh, that's so stupid. No. When we hear about the lay pastor training, I said, husband, guess what? Lay pastor training. Yes, man, you're going to do it. And he says, but I'm like 1 year behind. I said, don't worry about it. You will catch up, because anything I have to do for you to catch up, you're going to catch up. So go ahead and tell them you want to be a part of the class. The long and short of it is that he catches up, and he graduated with them. And he did extremely well. Now, when he ended there, I said, guess what? No, to the next step, diploma. Let's see if we can get in the diploma program. And because of that, which he had done, it was able to matriculate him into the diploma. And he did extremely well. And I said, okay, husband, 1 more year, and then you get your degree. And of course, we know that he graduated with his GPA was even higher than mine. And I said, boy, you're bright. Yeah. So I am his biggest cheerleader. I am his biggest critic too, because when he goes up to preach and he comes down, I will say, boy, husband, that was something else. But I'm also the one to say, boy, husband, don't make it, we are going like focus today, So I am also one of his biggest critics. Yes, and also I am honest with him too. I am honest with him so that when he goes out, if he hears it, he would have already heard it in the home. Yeah. So I'm his biggest critic, I'm his biggest cheerleader, I'm his biggest support, I'm his #1 fan, and I am so proud of him. Yes, God must get all the glory, and I'm happy that God chose me to birth the different purpose that he had locked up in him. And I'm happy that God allowed me to see the vision and where he wants to take him. And I'm happy that God give me the strength so I can be the servant that he placed me in his life to be. No, I'm not his servant, but I'm a servant of the Most High God, and he is a God's servant. He's God's child, so God would know why. So wives, you are supposed to be your husband's biggest cheerleader. You're supposed to be your husband's biggest critic, and I'm happy that he does not think that he's too big to listen, and that's a beautiful thing. He does not. Sometimes too, I can be harsh. Can we just say, boy, husband, I want that you go out with me? Yeah. Sometimes I don't polish it by saying, oh, husband, what was that today? But he's able to hold it as the boy, honey, thank you for pointing that out. And so I applaud him that I can be honest with him and I can communicate anything to him, and he is willing to accept it. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just boss one secret when I'm share with me. Same can't preach no more pattern because him wife.
Yes, I tell him he must practice preaching in standard English. Yeah. I'm preparing him for all platforms.
I love the sound.
God is good.
I love the sound of that. I love the sound of that. Yo, so first we are listening to so we are reasoning with the McKoys about that more question. I'm gonna ask them what is their 101 for marriage. What is it that works well for them and makes their marriage keep going and flourishing. I want them come up with so much smile and get all of it well excited and all who need to go improve and work on themselves. So them do some work on themselves. But before that, let me just remind you that if you have not yet subscribed to the Robdons, listen to me. We are, look here, man. We start the program. Is it frozen? Looks like we are frozen. But we start the program at 1,757 subscribers. We want you to go ahead and hit that subscriber so we can go right up to 1,800. So while our guest comes back, they're a bit frozen, look like them get seized up. We want to just get ready. All right, so we'll soon be out of here, but I tell you, when you think about support, listen to me. These guys are the epitome of that. All right, great. Yeah, man, these guys are absolutely the epitome of supporting each other. And I could remember those many times. Sometimes when I was in Jamaica myself, and you never see Wendell without lie, school or no school. And so many of us used to wonder if I shared the course with you. But it was just that beautiful support. And I think that's very much commendable. Something I really admire about them. They are intentional about ensuring that they continue to grow and expand together, and that's a beautiful quality to have in any marriage. Yes, Lady Colleen, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. All right. So we are having a little bit of. It looks like we need to plan a part 2. Unfortunately, our guest had some poor outage So even if we don't get to finish our program, we're going to hang around a little bit and see if things comes back. But even if we don't, we're definitely going to have to come back and continue to share on this, share with them, because listen to me, they have so many wonderful testimonies that I want them to bring up, because I think it can be it's both informative and also educational. All right. So before you leave, yes, Sweet Pea, really love the show. Just showed all over the screen. Yeah, man. Awesome. But we're going to, definitely, if we don't get them back this evening, we're bringing them back, because we have to continue the story, and we know that them have quite more that can share to impact your life and impact my life too. All right. Remember, don't leave and subscribe. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, and of course, get your family, everybody in your house, to go ahead and subscribe, and just go and help us to grow. All right. Yeah, man. Just go on so that it can get ready to come back. All right. So listen, this is what we're going to do. Go ahead and subscribe, and remember, invite your friends and persons to go ahead and subscribe, so we can grow.
That's all to
yeah, man. Hats off. Yeah, man. Hats off to wife, and as to the husband, congratulations. Yeah. Trust me. Beautiful couple. Those are my real brother and sister. When I say real brother and sister, real brother and sister. Believe it or not. Yeah, man. We all have a thing where we say Jesus, blood brother. Giant and connected. Those are those real family members. All right. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead. Yeah, man. Get your husband phone and subscribe. Get your wife phone and subscribe. Get your get your children devices and subscribe, and help us to grow as we try to get 1,800 subscribers this week, right? So help us be a part of that whole growth process. All right. Awesome.
Electrifying story.
We're going to bring them back for part 2. We're definitely going to bring them back for part 2. So watch out for that and listen out for that shortly. So with that said, people, we are going to just close out here this evening. Unfortunately, we have power outage, but we'll connect again another week. We'll definitely let you know when when the McKoys are returning. All right. So that said, we want to wish for you a blessed evening, and make sure you enjoy yourself and take some time to take care of yourself. All right. Blessings and blessings to you. Take care. I begin to